Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, hello and welcome to my channel. Today is Sunday, so I want to paint a flower painting. It doesn't have any connection, the flower and Sunday, but I don't know, I just want to relax today. So instead of just not doing anything at home, I might as well do a painting tutorial since I love painting so much. And I will do something that I really enjoy doing. I mean, I really enjoy painting, but there are subjects that I just enjoy doing more. So today I'll be painting a pink flower, and today's colors will be as follows. So we have here titanium white, permanent magenta, mid yellow or lemon yellow, burnt sienna, and pink. So I'm gonna sketch first the subject, okay? And I'm just so excited. I hope we finish quite early today, because this is a focus subjects. When I do focus subjects, meaning it's a close-up one, I finish quite early than doing other things or other subjects. So for the sketch, again, I freehand everything, so I might make some adjustments as I go, but I'm just gonna show you the general shape of the subject. So for the sketch, I'm just gonna use my burnt sienna, and I'm gonna start first where the center of the flower is, and again, I'm just identifying first the shape of the flower. So this will be the center of the flower. Okay, I'm just gonna wet my brush a bit so that the paint flow quite smoothly on the canvas. Okay, I can hear some street noise, even if it's Sunday. I was really hoping that it's quite quiet today. Yep, you can hear that. Alright, like that. Right. Right, like that. Alright, and then using some brown again. This is just for sketching purposes. This will be like the leaf, what do you call that? That green part of the flower, like the that part of the flower that is under the petals, holding all the petals together. I don't know what you call that. For sure, I knew what it is called back in my elementary days, but I already forgot. Alright. Okay, so for now, this will be the sketch of the flower. Alright, so now I'm gonna switch brush just to make things quite quicker, you know, with uh, less brush strokes but more job done, something like that. So I'm gonna underpaint first the petals, and since we started with the center of the flower, I'm gonna get my mid yellow. I'm gonna add burnt sienna and maybe pink. All right, and yellow, burnt sienna, and pink. And I'm just gonna cover first the center of the flower with this color. This is just the underpainting. Definitely this is not the color of the pollen or the center of the flower. Alright, like that. Okay, I'm gonna wash my brush out. Let's go and underpaint the petals, and for that I'll be using my permanent magenta. You know, my permanent magenta is an old paint of mine. That's why it's quite dry. But I'm gonna make use of it. I'm gonna add brown so that it's dark magenta. And I'm gonna use this to underpaint, especially the innermost portion of the flower. Okay, and I'm just gonna it's almost red, but I'm telling you, this is the underpainting. Underpainting is usually darker than the actual color of the subject. Okay, I'm gonna make mine more watery so that I spread the paint smoothly on the canvas. This is again the underpainting. We don't want any details here yet. Just cover everything with paint first, and then we'll go into the details later. Just color all the petals with this color. Just make sure that that you remember where the sketch lines are. Oops, sorry. I lost control of my paintbrush. Okay, just a little more. So you can see here, my paint is really watery. As well. Okay, as you can see here, it's very raw, almost abstract. Okay, but I always do my painting um, really abstract at its initial stage. So yeah, this is just my style. I feel like I accomplish more when everything is colored already than doing it, portion by portion. I want to do like large amount first and then small portion. Using that dark magenta, I'm gonna start doing some dark or depth in the flower. So to make your magenta dark, you can add brown. As you can see here, I'm not using black today. I feel like I can dispense with black today. I'm just adding brown and magenta together. Mixing brown and magenta together to get that dark magenta here. You can even, I'm gonna add a little bit of green so that it turns into a darker or muddy color. Okay. I don't know if I can absolutely dispense with black today, but I'm gonna try my best not to use that. If ever I'm gonna need it, it's just beside me, so I'm gonna just apply that color. Here. We will be doing some light play later. That's why the dark colors that you see here, these are the shadows in depth. All right, now I'm gonna switch my brush to a much more manageable brush. I couldn't manage that brush, it's too big. I'm gonna get my olive green and then brown to get that dark green. I might add magenta to that, and we're gonna color this part. I really think I'll be using black. It's just okay, so just get your black, and I'm gonna adjust my painting. I'm gonna get my black now. And using black, I'm just gonna mix it with the olive green. It's just not me when there's no black color on my palette. If you think you don't need black, you don't have to copy me that I'm using black. You don't have to. Some people think that they can dispense with the black color. Well, I don't think the same way. And I don't think I've met a person that can actually convince me not to use black. Again, if you're not really comfortable using black, if you're not into that, then you can simply use your way of doing dark colors. Alright, like that. Okay, now let's go into a second underpainting. I'm gonna get my pink now. Using my pink, I'm just gonna color the petals. Here as well. So I'm really into going from dark to light rather than light to dark. I think most painters do that. So this way I'm also removing some sketch lines. As you can see, I'm removing the brown that we use for the sketch. Right, like that. I have to tell you that even if we're second underpainting it with pink color, most of this pink will be painted over again. Right, like that. Now I'm gonna get my white and mix it with the existing pink that I have here. So get your white and mix it with the pink color, so you'll get some light pink or baby pink like this. And again, as I told you, most of the pink color that we did here will be painted over. You know, the purpose of underpainting is not just to hide the painting. Or the purpose of underpainting is to provide tones and values that you probably think you don't see anyway, but you know, it's there, it's there. So again, I'm just using my fingers as always. As well. Right. Okay, now I'm gonna use some lighter pink. I'm gonna add brown. I'm almost, this is very similar to dry brushing. Let me check. All right. I'm gonna mix my pink and permanent magenta. And apply it quite randomly. I'm gonna use water so that I can spread the paint evenly. here. So just look where I'm applying all those um, uh, depths. Alright, I'm gonna wash my brush out. Before I go into more detailing on the petals, let's go to the pollen area. I'm gonna get my mid yellow. I'm gonna apply this and doing short brush strokes. Now, using my mid yellow, I'm gonna mix it with white. And in the same manner, that. I'm gonna get my brown and I'm gonna slightly use that brown to give this area depth and dimension. And let's go back to my magenta and brown. Using black, like that. I need to make some adjustments. That. I'm using some light pink. I'm gonna dry brush like that. Using pure white. Observe how I am applying or how I'm using my brush. I think some things are better explained by doing the thing and then letting my viewers observe than talking too much. So I'm still using white just to highlight some parts of the petals. Just pure white, although I did not really wash my brush. So even if some pinks are mixing with my white, it's all right. It's no big deal. Let me check. All right. Okay. We need to do more work. I'm gonna fix this handle of the flower, the stem. I'm gonna use my burnt sienna. I'm gonna add black right here. And like that. And then black and green. Just to go back to this part. Okay, black and magenta over here. Just to give it more dimension. And I'm just gonna separate the petals. Very subtle line. And here as well, just darkening this area. Okay, again, mid yellow. And I'm gonna mix this yellow with the green color that I have here. Add black just to lighten this part a bit. Okay, now I'm gonna use a more pointy brush. I just want to add more details on the flower. I'm gonna get my magenta. I'm gonna darken that by adding a little bit of black. And I'm just gonna go around some petals to separate those petals from each other. Very subtle, that's why I'm using a more pointy brush. So I'm just gonna go around. Like that. And like that as well. Okay. Again, you don't want to do thick lines here because in nature, those sketch lines do not exist. So again, I'm just trying to separate the petals from one another or from each other. And also using this pointy brush, I'm just adding details. here as well. Right, let me check from the camera. Okay. I'm gonna use my white. Okay, some light pinks. Right. Okay. Let's do some more detailing. I'm gonna use some pink. So I'm just using pink and white. Okay, I'm gonna use my white to highlight some pollens. Maybe here. I'm gonna highlight again the petals because I'm just obsessing over highlighting. Let me check. Right, it's good. Okay, I think I just need to clean. Alright, I need to clean the painting. So I'm gonna wash my brush out and I'm gonna dab onto my pure white just to again clean the painting. It's not really clean. I'm still using white, guys. I'm just quiet, but I'm still using white. Okay, now I'm adding a little bit of pink to my white, and I'm gonna blend. Okay, and using the magenta color, I'm gonna use that to give more depth right here. In here. More yellows. Let me check. Okay, this is nice. Oh, sorry guys. My paintbrushes. Alright, I think I need to outline this. I'm gonna use my white again. Just to highlight. And then I'm gonna outline this again. It needs some cleaning. Again, we don't want any harsh lines. If you need to thin those sketch lines, you can do so by just painting it similar to the color of the background. If your background is different from mine, which is plain white, simply clean the painting by using the background color. I call it clean when I'm referring to removing those paints that went outside my sketch lines. Okay. Let me check. All right, this is way better. Love it. Okay, now I'm gonna use my white. We're gonna dry brush a bit. Okay, using this white, I'm gonna remove the excess water, and I'm gonna go and dry brush over certain areas that needs to be highlighted. This might not be the technique for everyone, but this is my technique. Again, dry brushing, meaning just remove the excess water and scrub away. If you're not a fan of scrubbing because you're scared that you will ruin your brush, I'm not really forcing you to do that, but I think you can discover a lot more techniques if you really make use of your brushes and not be scared about ruining them. Because I understand some people don't want to waste money by buying a lot of brush every time, but you will not ruin the brush in one day of using. Think about the learning that you'll get from that. It's not really, it cannot be purchased in stores. Again, I'm trying to thin as well the sketch lines because I really don't want that. But since the background is white, there should be some sort of sketch line so that the painting is not really just floating. Okay, now we're going to glaze somewhere using black. I know it's quite unusual, but since we have depth going on here, I'm gonna get my black. I'm gonna water it down like this. I'm gonna add my magenta. Okay, be very careful with this step. You might overdo this step, but I'm gonna glaze using this black. Certain areas of the painting where it has depth, all right? This may be not your cup of tea, but I'm just showing you how I'm doing it. Let me check. All right. Love it. I'm gonna get my brown and white and black. I want to make some highlights. It's not really highlights because it's still dark. Okay, very minimal though. Okay, using this pink. Yep. Okay, I'm gonna darken even more this area to give it some depth. Okay, just like that. All right, I think this is good, guys. Right? So I'm gonna sign this now because we're done. We're done. This is nice. But you know me, I'm gonna go far. Add more white right here. All right, I think I'm obsessing too much. So I think we're done, guys. We're done. So I hope you enjoyed this one. I'm gonna sign this now. All right. So I'm gonna sign this now. I really enjoyed this one. At first, I thought I'm not gonna come up. I wouldn't be able to to do it because it was like going nowhere. But then I ended up finishing it because, yeah, I love finishing my work. So I'm gonna sign this now. I'm just gonna use my black, and I'm gonna sign maybe here. Okay, quite near the flower. Okay. We're done, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. And I hope you do this one as well. If you're doing this or if you're painting along with me, let me know in the comment section below, or just tag me on your Facebook or social media posts. Let me know if you painted along with me, or even if you painted along with me following my previous tutorials. So I'm gonna link in the description box below as well the link to my flower painting tutorials. See you in my next video. Bye guys. Love